Hello, dear students. Welcome in the world of English literature. Today we will learn theory of colonialism and post-colonialism and colonial and post-colonial literature. If we want to understand what is post-colonialism, first we have to understand what is colonialism. So today we will learn an interesting topic of English literature, that is colonialism. In this topic, we will learn introduction, meaning of colonialism, definition of colonialism, types of colonialism, characteristics of colonialism, reasons for colonialism, colonial literature, impact of colonialism, positive impact, negative impact, benefits of colonialism, motives of colonialism, religious and cultural motives, economic motives, strategic and political motives. Lastly, we will learn consequences of colonialism. Today, we will discuss different meaning of the term colonialism and the controversies surrounding it. It connects colonial discourse studies to key debate in ideology, subjectivity, and language, showing why terminology became necessary in relation to the study of colonialism. Etymological meaning of colonialism. It derives from the Latin word colere, colonus, colonia, and colony. Coleria means to cultivate, to inhabit, to frequent, to practice. Colonus stands for husbandman, tenant, farmer, settler in new land. Colony means ancient Roman settlement outside Italy. Etymological meaning of colonialism. According to Webster's Encyclopedia Dictionary, defines colonialism as a system or policy of a nation seeking to extend or retain its authority over other people or territories. And according to Collins English Dictionary, defines colonialism as the policy and practice of a power in extending control over weaker people or areas. What was colonialism? Colonialism was not an identical process in different parts of the world. It is the conquest and control of the people's land and goods which witnessed a wide range of practices, including trade, plunder, negotiation, warfare, genocide, enslavement, and rebellion. Colonialism is the practice of acquiring partial or full control over another country and exploiting it economically. Practice of extending territories, forming colonies and settlements and exploiting their resources. Produce two main types of colonies, settler colonies and internal colonies. As we know the Indian history, India was a colony for Great Britain till we got our independence. It occurs when one nation subjugates another, conquering its population and exploiting it, often while forcing its own language and cultural values upon its people. By 1914, a large majority of the world's nations has been colonized by Europeans at some point. Through the example of India, now we understood the meaning of colonialism. I guess now it is clear to you what is colonialism. Colonialism is the establishment, exploitation, maintenance, acquisition, and expansion of colonies on one territory by people from another territory. It is a set of unequal relationships between the colonial power and the colony, and often between the colonies and the indigenous population. Now we will see the types of colonialism. Historians have divided colonialism into three types: settler colonialism, exploitation colonialism, and plantation colonials. Number one is settler colonialism. It involves large-scale immigration, often motivated by religious, political, or economic reasons. Now, second is exploitation colonialism. It involves favor colonists and focuses on access to resources for export, typically to the metropolis. Slaves were often imported to the America, first by the Portuguese Empire and later by the Spanish, Dutch, French, and British. Third is plantation colonies. It would be considered exploitation colonialism, but colonizing powers would utilize either type for different territories depending on various social and economic factors as well as climate and geographical condition. Now we will discuss benefits of colonial rule. Beginning of modern economic system, built roads, railroads, communication networks and other pieces of infrastructure that were good for everyone. Development of an entrepreneurial class because of the potential for exporting desirable goods and raw materials. Different perspective. The native people's perspective on how to run their lives and society was very different from that of the other people who colonized them. This often caused conflict between the two groups. Colonizers attempted to force their political structures and cultural values, including religion, language, on the colonized. There is positive and negative impact of colonization. Negative impact: slavery, wars and riots, starvation, poverty, disease, forced cheap labor, loss of land and power, new boundaries separated families and tribes, civil wars between ethnic groups. If you will read African literature, you will come to know about slavery. If you will read Sojourner Truth, Entire Woman, Toni Morrison's Blue Vest, Sula, Beloved, so you will come to know the scenario of Africa at that time. And Maya Angelou's work is also very nice. You will come to know about slavery, wars and riots, starvation. Now we will see positive impact. Schools and hospitals were built, improved healthcare, roads and railroads were built, new governments and democracy, improved economic technology, end of slavery. Impact of colonialism on India. Positive impact. British led the world's third largest railroad network in India. This brought unity to the originally disconnected areas, helped develop a modern economy. Modern roads, dams, bridges, irrigation canals, modernization. Sanitation and public health improved. Schools and colleges founded. High literacy. British put an end to local wars between local rulers. Now negative impact. British held political and economic power. British restricted Indian industries from making profit. India produced crops just to sell them and give Britain a profit not to eat them. This creates famine and disease. Increased presence of missionaries and racism is harsh on Indian life. What was the motives of colonization? In general, strong countries dominated weaker ones to promote their own national self-interest. Out of economic, religious, cultural, or other reasons, it has been said that the three primary motives for establishing colonies were gold, God, and glory. But the main incentives were usually economic, religious, and cultural motives. European countries also wanted to spread their religion, belief, and culture that they believe are superior to native ones. Economic motives. The colonizing country could control important markets for its exports, such as cotton products, and deny these markets to its competitors. Colonies were also important as source of raw materials such as raw cotton and as opportunities for investment. A country often also increases its wealth by conquering another civilization and taking its riches, or by exploiting the mineral wealth of another land. Strategic and political motives. Sometimes colonies were important for strategic reasons. Impact on local economics, culture, and political systems. The manner in which decolonization took place also led to problems. Many geographers see a colonial past as probably the most important initial condition for unjust development.